Chelsea Football Club Noni Madueke gets an offer from Arsenal Football Club. It's time to sell. Furthermore, Fofana, not the one that we have, but Malick Fofana has a bid accepted from Nottingham Forest to go to Lyon. However, the player doesn't want to go, according to reports, and Chelsea are eagerly waiting to pounce, according to Fabrizio Romano. Romelu Lukaku, yes, that's a blast from the past. Romelu Lukaku decides to come out and talk about his time at Chelsea, and apparently he was forced out the club. He wanted to stay. He's a good Samaritan. We're going to break it down. And finally, it looks like our route to the final of the Club World Cup could have potentially got easier. Manchester City have been knocked out. I'm going to talk about what the new potential challenges are in the quarterfinal, then in the semi-final, and then what could be in the final. So, before we get started, number one, hit that like button. It's a new month, it's July. We're going to absolutely smash it like we've been doing every single month this year. Number two, subscribe to the channel. Road to 50k continues. It's a little bit of a hiccup. However, you lot enjoy the content, you will be subscribing because you want to stay up to date with Chelsea. You want all the nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Let's get it started. Alright people, enough is enough. We need to talk about Noni Madueke. Look, Chelsea Football Club brought in Noni Madueke. I think it was 2.5 years ago. Noni Madueke has developed. Anybody saying Noni has been a bad signing, you're waffling. You're talking out your backside, you're lying. Because we bought him in as a £30 million player. Noni Madueke has started a lot of games. Noni Madueke has ascended the club from a club that finished 12th to top 4. Won a trophy with the club. And more importantly, Noni Madueke right now could be demanding anywhere between 45 to 55 million pounds. Easily, right? We are not even going to be in a discussion. So what's happened? According to Sky Germany, right? Plettenberg. Man's come out and said Chelsea Football Club at the moment understand that Arsenal have Noni Madueke on the shortlist. Noni Madueke's camp has been talking to Arsenal. There's been an offer made to him for his wage. Basically, Arsenal are doing the smart thing. And you'll see why I say it's the smart thing, because Forest done a dumb thing. And we'll talk about it. Arsenal Football Club have decided that they're going to try to see what Noni Madueke is about. Is he interested in joining them? Is he going to move towards them? Yet, then they have to go and negotiate with Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano said, Chelsea know that Arsenal want him. There are other clubs that have him on the list. We know that Newcastle's one of those clubs. Now we need to talk about what's going to happen, right? Because the reality is, Matt Law's coming out and saying Chelsea are very, very observant of the transfer market right now. They're looking at it and saying, hold on, Elanga, £50 million rejected from Forest. Oh, from Newcastle to Forest. Okay. I see you. What about Noni? How much are you willing to spend on Noni? Because if Elanga's 50, Noni should be at least 55, no? And this is now too many outlets for there to be just smoke with no fire. There's a fire somewhere. Noni Madueke is getting sold. And now we have to talk about our perspective. Because what I've consistently been hearing from fans is, we shouldn't sell Noni, we should give him another chance. But then when I ask these fans, and I ask them religiously, I ask them observantly, no agenda, I'm not leading the witness, I'm not Harvey Specter, I'm not Mike Ross, I'm just asking questions. This isn't the courtroom, this is the Kavkas View. I ask, can Noni Madueke win us the league? A lot of them say no. 99% of them say no. Okay, cool. Is Noni Madueke good enough to be our starter moving forward? A lot of them say no. Can we go to the Bernabeu with Noni Madueke? A lot of them say no. So then I ask you the question, why would you not want to sell him? Because we have Estevao. Estevao will not be started. We have Neto for that, right? But Estevao needs minutes to develop to become what he's going to become. If you have him third choice, well, you're going to give him 500 minutes. You're going to give him 500 minutes all year to develop. No, he needs at least 1,500, 1,600, meaning Neto's there, he's here. People are going to say, well, why are you selling Madueke and not Neto? Because you can't sell Neto. Nobody's going to pay the money to make the balance work. And more importantly, Maresca loves him like a son. Maresca plays him like Mason Mount was played by Tuchel and by Lampard. All right? It's not fair. The world's not fair. At the end of the day, I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Noni Madueke, he can go to Arsenal. A couple of days ago, I said I would rather he go to Newcastle, but I was thinking about Noni. I was thinking about Noni's best interest. For me, if he's smart and his camp's smart, he's staying the hell away from Arsenal, he's going to Newcastle. However, if he wants to stay in London and he wants to say he plays for a bigger club, he's just going to rot on the bench. And they're going to spend 55 million, 50 million pounds because he's not playing ahead of Saka. Saka's the best Arguably the best right winger in the league. Arguably, he's the best right winger in the league. However, people will disagree with me, and that's my perspective. Let me hear yours. Might have been a little bit controversial. The next story is about Malick Fofana. Look, a lot of you heard about Malick Fofana, then we got Gittins, and everyone forgot about him. Chelsea Football Club want another winger. It's no secret. I've said it for a while now. What we're going to do is Jackson's replacements. Pedro, we're going to sell Noni, and we're going to buy a left wing. The media is running with Kudus. Kudus apparently wants to go anywhere but stay at West Ham. Tottenham, Chelsea, don't matter, right? So now this is where it gets interesting. Fabrizio Romano has come out and said Forest have agreed a fee with Lyon. However, Forest didn't read the script. Forest followed the book. Followed the correct procedure rather than the right one. The correct procedure is the rule book. The right one is what you do behind closed doors to make sure that you don't get embarrassed. And they're getting embarrassed. Fofana apparently doesn't want to join them. Hasn't agreed personal terms. They need to persuade him. And he's waiting for a Champions League club. In come the Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano says Napoli, Chelsea and Bayern Munich are eagerly anticipating, trying to see if they can agree terms. The fee will be favourable purely based on the fact that Lyon have financial debt. Now that you have all the news, we need to talk about this. Everybody wants Kudus. Everybody's shouting for Kudus. What's the biggest problem about getting a Kudus? Kudus is a right winger. Do you see the problem here now? Estevao exists. Unless you move Neto, why on earth are we going to have Kudus, Neto and Estevao unless Estevao becomes a 10? And then we've got other problems. The year after, we got Quenda coming. And then we got Pies coming. Are we going to have to move Neto next year? I don't see it. Unless you move Neto to the left wing, but we know he's trash there. We don't like him there. My solution is go and get a Rodrigo. They ain't going to pay the wages. And Leao, they don't want him. People don't like what he offers apparently. He doesn't do defensive work rate because that's what that matters these days. Go and get a left winger. Malick Fofana might be Chelsea's left winger. I don't want it. Now that you bought me Gittins, I don't want Malick Fofana. We have the prospect. I need a starter. I need a starter. So please, do not do this, Chelsea. I'm begging you. I'm asking you nicely. Por favor, pожалуйста, don't do it. Don't do it. Por favor, don't do it. Now we need to talk about Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku might be the most entertaining player ever. Listen, if you think Romelu Lukaku's career has been good, wait till this man retires. I promise you he's going to have the #1 podcast in sports entertainment. He'll make the WWE seem boring. This guy loves to talk. He's basically should start a YouTube channel. Kavkas View too. If he wants, I could use a co-host. Me and Rob sitting down talking about football. I can't believe what I heard. So Romelu Lukaku is doing a podcast. He's speaking a foreign language. It wasn't in English. There's subtitles. But I got the quotes for you guys. I read it. He basically said he went away to the Champions League final, came back, wanted to be in Chelsea's first team, and Chelsea just sent him to train with the reserves. They basically said he ain't well. And then he said, it's the media's fault. In England, if you don't do something the way they want it, they're going to jump on you. It's basically Chelsea's fault, the owner's fault, and the media's fault that it didn't work out at Chelsea. Broski, I actually reckon if me and you could sit down and have a conversation, we would be very good friends. And the reason why we'd be good friends is I like to talk, you like to talk. I've listened to your music choice. I like the same music. I've heard you on podcasts before. You're very entertaining. I would listen to you. I loved your career, right? Your career, one day we're going to have a great Netflix series on. However, broski, I lived through the Lukaku era at Chelsea. I lived through the whole Lukaku career. When you went to West Brom, Everton, Chelsea, back to Everton. Do you know what I mean? I've lived through you handing in transfer requests to leave after you missed penalties. I remember you at Inter. I remember you at Roma. I remember you currently at Napoli. You will not gaslight me. So the reality is, Romelu Lukaku, do I need to remind you of the timeline of what happened? Chelsea broke an absolute stupid fee out to bring you to Stamford Bridge. Lukaku back. It was massive, right? They did the whole introduction. It felt like we got a star striker. Everybody was happy, saying LA night, yeah. Like in this case, it was a Lukaku, yeah. Like everyone was gassed. People like me said, is the fit there? But once we got you, I was like, you know what? This guy's cooking. He's going to score. He's going to score. Forget link-up play. He's going to score goals. Then what happened? Romelu Lukaku got injured around about November time. Came back. Thomas Tuchel realized, hold on, I got Havertz. I like this little bit of fluidity. We just won the Champions League. Rom's going to have to fight a little bit. Rom, unsanctioned, decided to go to Italia. Italia. Italia is a lovely place, you know? Milano. Sky Italia, he decided to do a little interview. And Rom is excluding all this from the memories, but luckily I don't get gaslit. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a Chelsea fan, guys. I've got a great memory, all right? Them ones. I am not an Arsenal fan. I don't live in the last 15 minutes. I live in the present and the past. I remember everything very well. He went there. He confessed his love to Lauti, told him how much he loved him. He didn't want to leave Inter. He was happy. One day he'll return. He was basically confessing his love to his ex while he had a new thing on public air. He got his Instagram out, basically, got the whole world to watch, and spoke about his true feelings for an old ex that he had. What did you think Chelsea were going to do? Chelsea got him back. Chelsea put him on a basically transfer list. They loaned him out straight away. They got rid of him. It ended toxically. He had to apologize to the fans on Chelsea TV. Yes, Chelsea TV was around then. So please, Romelu, don't gaslight. We're not stupid. We've all been through this. We remember the timeline. You will not do. Finally, the Club World Cup. Chelsea Football Club beat Benfica. The next game is on Saturday morning, 2 a.m. UK time, Friday night for you Americans or anyone on that side of the world in those time zones, right? But we all know that we're playing Palmeiras Estaval's team. What happened? So, if we win that game, we're playing Fluminense, who is Thiago Silva's team, and everybody thought it'd be Manchester City. Well, Al Hilal had their own little maneuver. They beat Manchester City 4-3. They dunked on Pep, they slapped his head, and they sent him back to Manchester. They told him, listen, broski, pack your bags. You ain't going through to the last day. And they lost 4-3. I could not believe when I woke up. I looked at it. I was like, let me watch these highlights. Cancelo was moving mad. He was playing like he had a point to prove. Malcolm turned into Vinicius Jr. with his finishing and running in behind. And Koulibaly was the second coming of Thiago Silva. He was outstanding, apparently. And what I'm going to say now, people are going to go, what? Bano. I remember that goalkeeper. I think he played for Sevilla. He turned into a prime Petr Cech. For one night only, he was prime Petr Cech. Manchester City get knocked out, and now Chelsea have an opportunity where if we beat Palmeiras, we have Al Hilal or Fluminense, and then there could be a fight. All respect to Palmeiras, all respect to Al Hilal, all respect to Fluminense. If we can't beat those teams and get to a final, we only have ourselves to blame. It's respect to you guys, but I expect certain levels of standards from my club. And I expect us now to get to the final, secure that money, and then potentially win it and get that 100 million. But the key is that badge. We do it for the badge. Chelsea, world champions. That's what we do it for. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hope you lot enjoyed it. By the way, I got a lot of feedback yesterday about my energy. Yo, I'm just refreshed. 3 days not making a video. I missed this. So coming back and making videos, energy was there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Adios.